Yeah. This is Unleash the Underground. We got my man Positive ID in the building. I go by the name JYNX. What up, Positive?
What's going on?
So, Positive, man, the Mr. Free Flow. That's what I'm gonna call you today. I'm not calling you Positive today.
All right.
Now, if you don't know my man Positive ID, all he does is freestyle, and he's gonna give you a little taste of that later. When he does his little acapella, he's gonna give you a freestyle madness, yo. Because what I did earlier is I took a box and I went through my whole crib, studio, everything, and I put a bunch of fucking stuff in the box for this guy to freestyle about. Now, I don't want you to judge me on the shit I put in the box, you know what I mean? Don't crack on the pantyhose. No, I'm just playing. But now we're going to get into my man Positive ID right now. So, Positive, how long you been free flowing for?
I was 8 years old, freestyling on the stage at my aunt's wedding. Yep.
Okay. Now, what did your aunt have to say about all that?
The family actually really dug it. My dad's jaw dropped when he first saw it, but he's definitely respecting me now. He just bought his first shirt like maybe a week ago. And, yeah, everybody's supporting. My mom loves my one joint that's on Spotify right now. She's feeling one of the verses. I say something about the earth be cracking like a woman giving birth. Yeah, so she's digging that.
Okay. Now, I have to ask this question. Was Jay-Z the artist that inspired you? Because I know he does a lot of freestyling. I mean, who inspired you to like just freestyle, and how come you don't write?
Nah, I don't want to be a hater, but I've never been a Jay-Z fan. I've been trying to give him a chance, but he's really not the guy for me. Tupac has definitely been my biggest influence, and NWA for hip-hop, because I like the real hip-hop and the street reporting. The freestyling, I don't know. I think I just did that myself. I just kind of tread my own lane and just been sticking with it.
All right. Now, you've never written before, ever?
Recently, I've been writing some songs. I got one about police brutality called Gang of Blue. I got one about vices called Vices. And I got a couple of things here and there coming up. But no, not until last year I haven't written anything.
Now, you've been to a lot of my shows, and we always do the open mic, and you actually were on a couple shows as well. And every time you get up there and you freestyle, I mean, it takes a lot of guts just to get up and rap in front of people anyways. Now you get up and you freestyle, which is even more crazy because, you know, I can't freestyle for shit, you know what I mean? So I give you a lot of credit every time you get up on that mic and do it.
Appreciate that.
What gives you that courage just to get up there and just do it?
Believe it or not, I actually used to be afraid to go in front of the class when I was in school. So I don't know what happened. My cousins told me I was the best out of the three of them. And that day at the wedding, they actually canned on me when we got out there, and they blitzed. They all went off the stage because I got stage fright. And ever since that day, I've never went back. I quit for a year once because I was letting the haters get to me, and then I realized the music is more important to me. And fuck the haters.
Yeah, man, you got to do it for the love first, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Never written.
Never Written. You heard it. Is that going to be a name of your project? That would be dope. It was called Never Written.
I'm not sure where I'm going with that yet, but Never Written is definitely a tagline I use all over Facebook. So if you tag Never Written, you'll probably see a lot of my shit.
Word, definitely. I think you should make it a mixtape name because, I mean...
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, Positive ID, Never Written. You know what I mean? That just sounds catchy.
It does sound catchy, you're right.
So now usually there's like some kind of story behind a person's name, you know what I mean? Now I want to know, what is the story behind Positive ID? How did you get your name, all that good stuff?
Well, actually at first, when I first started rapping, I was kind of egotistical, thought I was really good with the ladies. I was always a heavy guy, so I first went with Big Mac, but somebody came out with that shit and they destroyed it, so I figured if I came back with Big Mac, they would judge me ahead of time, so I was like, I'm not going to do that. And then I was a big PE fan, so I actually rocked a clock for a little bit back in the day, but mine was like a grandfather clock instead of that big old yellow clock, and I went by the name Father Time. I sold tapes out my trunk and shit back then. But somebody, again, took the name and got on if I remember correctly, they were on a Sadat X song, and they really just destroyed the name for me because I didn't want to be known as him. So... it's kind of funny, but like the whole family, my dad's side of the family, there's 12 uncles and aunts. So we were all sitting around just talking about names. And what ended up happening is Positive ID, I went for two reasons. One, because I got an ego and I know everyone everywhere I go. So people positively identify me. The second reason is because I try to stick to positive subjects and positive ideas, which obviously in this world is not easy. So, you know, my music's not all that way. But usually, if you listen carefully enough, it starts with the rough. But I talk about how I saved my life, not how I pick up the gun and the knife and take a life, because I'm not a G. That's not me. I'm Positive ID.
Oh shit! All right. So there's a little history on Positive ID and how he got his name and everything. Now, a little later on, we're gonna get into a track. What's the track called again?
It's called Verbal Murder, and it's actually really about me. It's kind of crazy. I met the guy online, never knew him ever. Found that he was in Torrington, went to the studio. He challenged me to freestyle. I did. He loved it, but then he said, "Hold up, I want you to write just a little bit." So I wrote like 3 lines, got back in the booth. He threw the beat back down, and I went in, and then he changed the hook with some crazy verbal effects, and it sounds real dope. The whole thing just fucking came out. To me, this is my favorite song. Other peeps like certain ones, but definitely out of the songs that I have right now that are in rotation, there's like 3. This one's my favorite.
Okay, now is this on a project or anything, or is this...
It's on mixtapes, but just as like a solo track right now. But I have a lot of connections out there in like Atlanta, Jersey, fucking Texas, wherever. So my songs always end up on mixtapes and people hear them. Matter of fact, recently I ended up on a mixtape that's backed up by We the Best Music. Excuse me, backed up by We the Best Music and Atlanta Recordings, and the DJ's name is International Wig. I put that track on. It got 13,000 hits in 24 hours.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's real dope.
So, yeah, people liking it. They definitely feeling my track.
So, you've been grinding for a long time. I mean,
yep.
Is there ever a day where you're like, oh, man, I'm not doing this shit no more? I mean,
yeah, you know, the biggest reason why I'd ever quit is because I can't handle. Honestly, paying the dues is really hard when you're a single father with 2 kids, with an ex-wife that's in a different state who don't really got money to give me. I don't hate on her or nothing. It's just the way the life is right now. But it's very hard to pay dues and take care of your children at the same time. That would be the only reason why I'd stop is money. So if my money was flowing, you know I'd never stop free flowing.
Hey, that's what it is now. When you're free flowing, is there any specific topics you like to talk about, or you just kind of talk about whatever? Mostly
my life, but I've been in different instances that are interesting. I did a juice bar free flow in Torrington at a club called Nirvana. It was all ages. And it was kind of funny. So I brought a whole disc of game show theme songs, and I made the audience pick a word and rapped every time as I went around the room, and I literally just rapped the game show tracks the whole time I was on the stage, and it was definitely different and hard, and some people came out with some weird ass shit like geothermal network or some shit, which it was kind of hard to freestyle about some shit I don't even know about, but I think I handled it decently. So
hey, there it is. Remember, this is Unleash the Underground. We got my man Positive ID in here. We're gonna get into his track Verbal Murder.
Yeah.
Shout out to Positive ID one more time, but we're gonna get into that track right now.
All right.
Positive ID in the building. Representing Torrington, Connecticut, 860. Average Joe float. Never know where I'm going. Gonna start this track with a little free flowing. My heart's pumping for the West Coast, and even though I'm from the East, it's hard for me to be boasting. Used to be drinking and roasting, then I had 2 kids, now I had to start floating. Had to find a different outlet to start coping. Gotta keep your fucking mind open. Now I'm actually really hoping that I'll survive to the next day. Back in the day, I lived every day like it was my last motherfucking day. Smoking on hay, drinking, whatever. It was like Woodstock at the crib. We had people doing coke on the glass table. I didn't give a fuck about if I survived to the motherfucking next day. But to my surprise, I had kids and I don't feel that way. Yeah, I got heat, but it's not a strap in my lap. I got you riddled, but don't need a gap. Not about that. I'm not about that. I'm killing MCs with verses, some curses, body bagging and bragging, toe tagging, no flagging. With my verbal murder, with my verbal murder. Ha 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 ha. You be ghosting, I be hosting with the most and getting it from coast to coast. And I'm getting close and with CT on the mapping. I'm gonna do it with rapping as a motherfucking matter of fact. Then it's verbal murder, verbal murder. I be killing MCs like a deadly disease, injected into your bloodstream when you spread it amongst your friends and amongst your crew. And then you're through. And then you're through. The difference between you and me was kicking 9-9 fiction. You're like a president trying to win an election. Fuck that, I'm telling the straight truth. When I step to the mic, I'm ruthless in the booth. Ha! You better check for me, cause I got fire. I'ma get you hot like a fucking live wire. Inventing shit more than MacGyver, cause I'm a true survivor. Lucky to be alive, yeah. Back in the day I had guns pulled on me. I had people trying to run over me with their cars, shit. People always trying to pull my car, shit. But then I got a phone call that said I was a father. Had to put the shit on the bench, I couldn't bother. Cause I wanted to live my life and now I wanna live it right and now I wanna take it to another height and now I'm trying to be right in. Free flowing's all I ever been knowing. But you never knowing where I'm going when I do that free flowing. I try to take the pen and the pad when I'm in the lab, but it's hard for me to change my ways. Hopefully my rap shit will straight pay. Recently I got signed digitally with Protect Your Neck, which is supposedly part of Woo management, and I hope that I can handle it. Hope I'm gonna be hot when I spit, like flames from a torch in. Got your car sitting on the front porch and wishing you was aborting. Ha ha, and I'm sorting cohorts in. Better watch your back end. You never know tough acting like an acting. I grab the mic and I always start rapping. Back in the days had many bitches started macking. Might have a big waistline but didn't waste my time. Confidence with consequence. Ha! You believe it or not, sometimes the game gets the dame, not just the name. ID busting out the frame.
Busting out the frame right there. Positive ID. Killing it, man. I kind of, I'm a little blown away because that's all freestyle.
I wrote like 3 lines.
I mean, so basically it's all freestyle.
Yeah, it's all freestyle except for the little tiny part in the middle that says that I'm going to make it a matter of fact in with rapping. That's it. That's the only part that I wrote.
That's all you wrote?
The rest is just
so pretty much you freestyled the whole
yeah,
fucking
freestyled
thing.
almost the whole track.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I can't do it again. Shout out to Positive ID. Always free flowing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, now I have a question. When I'm sitting here, when I'm listening to this, I'm like, what if the fans want him to perform verbal murder at a show? Now, can you perform that, or do you think that's against the rules? Is that against the law?
Well, the funny thing is people have asked me that before, and I think because of the certain tracks that I'm getting a lot of love for, I'm going to have to find a way to memorize it so that I can put it on stage, because It's All Over, which is on Spotify, and Can You Hear Me, and then this one are all tracks that I'm trying to get out in rotation, and if they want to hear them, I want to give it to them. So it's something I'm working on. I have more trouble with the memorizing and performing it live than I do with writing. I've noticed recently that I can write decently. It's more of the memorizing and performing it live that I got to work on.
So you rather just get in the show and just start freestyling instead of trying to actually memorize your...
Yeah, actually, I feel like the adrenaline rush is more there when you're not prepared.
Hey, I tell you what, man, I'd be worried about slipping up words even worse because you're freestyling, you know what I mean? If you memorize, at least you have, a structure to the song, you know what I mean? But
no, you're totally right. You're totally right about that.
But listen, man, at the next show, I'm going to ask you to perform that verbal murder. I know it might be against the rules, but I might have to get you to do that at the next showcase. Will you do that for me?
If you got love for that song, I'm definitely going to be down for that.
You're going to do it? So you're going to break the code for me?
I will break the code.
That's love right there. Remember, this is Unleash the Underground.
We got B.S.T be family for me. So.
Yeah, we got Positive ID in the building. I go by the name JYNX. So Positive, again, early on I told everybody how I got a box full of stuff.
Yeah.
That I just randomly walked around my crib. My studio is in my crib, by the way. So I randomly walked around the crib, put some stuff in this box, and I'm gonna challenge you now. I'm not gonna put a beat on. I'm gonna have you do this a cappella. So
all right, that actually is a bigger challenge for me than the free flowing. Free flowing without a beat is more of a challenge, but I think I can bring it.
Yeah. All right. So are you ready for that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So I'm gonna go get this box real quick.
All right.
All right, so this is how it's gonna go. I got this box in front of me. The first thing I want you to rap about is what's on the box.
All right.
And
the headphones.
As we continue to do it, I'm gonna pull the item out the box each time. So you're gonna start with the word headphones, and then I'm gonna just each time pull the item out the box and to keep going. You got that?
I got it.
All right. So anytime you're ready, go ahead. Start with the word headphones.
All right. So it's not the fear that it's near. I came here so I could hear. Put a little something in my ear. So I don't like the ones that stick in my ear hole. I like it better when they're like earmuffs. So I'ma keep on going, keep on flowing with the microphone right in front of me and the headphones on top of my head. Looking at it like it was a candy cane because I'm properly fed. Because you know I got M&Ms. I like that chocolate chips and I'ma do this because I'm on a mission. I'ma be drinking. The Coke bottle be empty. I have it. I want it. And please don't tempt me. Caffeine got me hyper. Caffeine got me crazy. I'm like a fucking viper. Yes, I do amaze thee. Okay, so I grab the controller. I make sure that I push the right buttons when I'm doing it. Looking it, I'm about to ruin this game. Cause I got more buttons and I'm feeling the same. I'm dangerous like a dame. And I'm hard to tame. I got that lighter. I'ma burn that wood. Burn that wood, I'ma burn it good. I'ma grab the backwoods and I'ma burn it good. I'ma inhale, exhale, and that's how I set it. I'ma set that high frequency when I get it. I am the plug. I got mad connects. You better give me a call because you're getting mad respect. Trust me, I'm going to get you on the mixtapes. It ain't even about the money. It's about the real and not about the fake.
All right.
JYNX keeps coming with more shit out the box. And now he got a TV remote controlling in his hand. I'm going to keep pushing to show you that I'm the man. I hope that you understand. I'm going to do this from the small screen to the big screen as long as I'm part of the team looking out for the cream. My man JYNX, he's the man. He got a cartoon of himself in his hand. And I'm actually digging that shit real hot. I'd wear that shirt nonstop until my heart pop because I ain't never going to stop. I got to clean up when I'm done eating at the buffet because my hungry stomach got me messy all the way, so you know I'm gonna get that napkin and clean my face in. But trust me, I'll never be misplacing. I'm a killer like Jason. Orlando, Florida, I'll be coming soon. March 11th to 18th, I'll be in Disney, chilling with my kids, riding roller coasters, hoping that I don't have a heart attack and die from that shit. Cause I light it like a candle. I'm gonna destroy everything in front of me like I was a fucking vandal. I'm too hot to handle. Fork it, yeah. If you need a fork to eat, that's fine. But I'm going to use a spoon because I'm going to use mine. You better watch for me because I keep on eating. My waistline, MCs I be defeating. I'm done speaking.
All right, shout out to Positive ID right now. So for you guys that don't know, he started with the word headphones. He rapped about a fork, a Coke bottle, a candle, Orlando, Florida, a plug, a lighter, a JYNX sticker, a napkin, a controller, and a candy cane, and a remote controller to the TV. So for those who didn't tune in and check it out, make sure you go back and replay everything he just spit about freestyle right off the top of the head. It goes to show you that he is no joke right here. He does it right off the top of the head.
Never written is for real. I don't make it up.
All right, so we're at that segment of the show where I always ask the question at the end of the show. It's called It's Time to Unleash. So now you got to unleash something about yourself that you wouldn't originally say or tell the fans. We want a little bit about you instead of Positive ID. So let us know a little bit about yourself. All
right, so it's kind of hard because I'm like an open book, so most people know everything about me. I literally live the life of a celebrity. Everyone sees my whole life on Twitter, Facebook. I don't know. It's just the way I am. But most people don't know that I went to school for graphics communications because I never got to use anything with that. But I am actually starting to make my own clothing line and hoping to design for other folks. So that's something different that's new that you might not know about ID.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to look out for Positive ID clothing? Is there a name to the Positive ID clothing?
Well, there's a couple different flavors right now, so I don't know which one I'm going to stick with, or if I'm just going to keep doing separates. There's one called Evolution of a Rapper, which is the Charles Darwin theory, and then at the bottom it says Positive ID is the future. There's one I hand drew a cat with its paws up, so it says paws up for Positive ID. And I think that's my major ones right now.
All right, so there's no real like clothing line name. It's just
not yet.
Okay. So, hey, shout out to Positive ID one more time for coming on Unleash the Underground. Definitely did your thing. Thanks for free flowing and showing the world what you got.
Thanks for having me. Peace.
Peace.